Hello everybody and welcome to a new episode of Transfermarkt TV. My name is Kasper Pop and we're going to bring you the latest news and rumours from the top leagues around the world. And with the first top league that we're starting with is the Premier League, with Arsenal and Liverpool interested in Yves Bissouma. Talksport understands the Mali international 24 has enjoyed an impressive season with the Seagulls this term and put in a solid display last weekend as his side helped Premier League champions Liverpool to a 1-1 draw at the Amex Stadium. Talksport's transfer insider Alex Crook has revealed that his assured performance for Graham Potter's side has caught the eye of Arsenal and Liverpool, who are now contemplating a bid at the turn of the year. According to a recent report from AS, Atletico Madrid may enter the race to try sign popular Napoli forward Arkadiusz Milik. The Polish sensation is widely considered to be one of the most underrated strikers in European football, and the hope from many is that he will be able to prove the way from Serie A. Starting in either the January transfer window or next summer, Atletico wouldn't be alone in their interest in Milik, with Premier League clubs Tottenham Hotspur and Everton also being in the mix. But given Atletico's star power and their position in third football, you would have to think they would be viewed as the favourites to get the deal over the finish line. But we don't think this is likely to happen. We'll see. Former Chelsea boss Antonio Conte wants to bring N'Golo Kante and Olivier Giroud to Inter Milan. The French duo have been linked several times with moves to Italy, and reports are now resurfacing in Italy. As per Tuttosport, Conte is eyeing a move for the duo and wants to reunite with the pair after working with them during the time in Chelsea. Giroud's contract runs out at the end of the season and the departure has been heavily speculated. However, he recently admitted he wants to stay at Chelsea to win trophies. Meanwhile, Kante has 2.5 years left on his contract, and the influence he has on the Blues side is unlikely that Lampard would be prepared to let him go one the most prized assets. Lampard also wants to keep hold of Giroud, but he would be most likely optioned for Milan, which could be achieved next summer as Chelsea won't let Kante leave on the cheap. Davinson Sanchez is being tracked by AC Milan after falling out of favour with Jose Mourinho at Tottenham. Sanchez has failed to make the squad for 4 of the last 5 Premier League games by Mourinho, and Joe Rodon is now ahead of him to be packing order. That has alerted Milan to potential that Spurs will open the offers for the 24-year-old who has failed to kick on, having shown promise as a teenager. The Italian Giants are looking for a new centre-back to help strengthen their bid on the win Serie A title this season and finally break the stranglehold of Juventus. Sanchez is one of the options, and Mourinho may be open to trading in the Colombian if it helps provide him funds to help own attempts to lead Spurs in the title this season. Tottenham paid then club record £42 million to sign Sanchez from Ajax in 2017. Ibrahima Konate is the latest player to be linked with a move to Liverpool, but fans have expressed some concern. The Reds are being tipped to bring in another central defender in January after losing Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez to serious injuries. Dayo Upamecano has been mentioned, and now so has his RB Leipzig teammate Konate. Bill's Christian Falk reports that the 21-year-old 2017 signing from Sochaux is transfer target for Reds boss Jurgen Klopp. However, some Liverpool supporters are worried about the France under-21 international owned injury record. According to Transfermarkt, Konate has had several injury layoffs over the past 3 years. So we will see what happens, but I don't think it likely will. If FC Bayern's interest in Callum Hudson-Odoi still persists, the Munich team can apparently save a new attempt at Chelsea. As the portal The Athletic reports, the Blues do not want to let their winger go in the coming transfer period. The Londoners would block all attempts to poach Hudson-Odoi on a loan or permanently even in winter. The self-grown man, which is under contract until 2024, made it into the starting lineup in 11 possible Premier League games of the current season, and the England international has a total of 168 minutes of playing time. The first reports that Callum Hudson-Odoi was considering leaving because he wanted to be part of the Three Lions squad at the European Championships made the rounds. And now we're taking a closer look at Manchester United and the list that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer made up to reinvent and rebuild his team so far. And as we heard, he got big interest in Kieran Trippier, and he will look to provide a competition for Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back, according to reports. Trippier, 30, has just 18 months left as his contract at Atletico Madrid, and United Chiefs are closely monitoring his situation in Spanish capital as they put plans in place to land land him in a bargain deal in the summer. According to the Telegraph, the Red Devils are long-term admirers of Trippier and will be on the shortlist when they look to bolster the squad at the end of the season. He has been key part of Diego Simeone's squad since making a £20 million move from Tottenham in 2019. Another player on Solskjaer's list is Harvey Barnes. They have highlighted as a potential target following their failed transfer pursuit of Jadon Sancho. The Red Devils' interest in the Borussia Dortmund star is well documented and they made moves to sign him in the summer. They were unsuccessful their efforts to sign the English forward, however, having too long to complete the deal. Barnes is valued at around £60 million by the Premier League outfit, though they are not prepared to entertain a January approach. Sancho, meanwhile, continues to bear a £100 million price tag, with Dortmund refusing to lower their valuation. It makes Barnes a far more attractive prospect from financial standpoint, especially in the current environment. He could step in for Aaron Wan-Bissaka as getting too much pressure as only the player on his position. Manchester United, Arsenal and Chelsea are among 6 clubs to have been offered the chance to sign Juventus star Paulo Dybala, according to reports. The Argentinian international is yet to score in Serie A this season, and Liverpool, Tottenham and Manchester City could also swoop for the 27-year-old. United were interested in signing Dybala back when he was at Palermo. They ultimately missed out on Argentina as an international, with Juventus instead signing the forward back in the summer transfer window of 2015. Barnes and Trippier are both relatively likely if the opposing party is happy with the transfer. Trippier has at the end of the season only 1 year remaining contract, plus the 30-year-old could be obtained relatively cheaply. The Leicester whiz-kid Barnes could see the next step in United, but would be very expensive since he's still under contract until 2024. Otherwise, Dybala, on the other hand, is rather unlikely because with a player like Dybala is the competition besides United, Man City and other well-known Premier League clubs are also interested in him. A move to Inter Barca could also be possible. So, more conceivable, however, would be a Dybala excess if it came to a swap deal with United star Paul Pogba. So please let us know in the comments who you think will join United in the new setup. Another thing that's pretty certain is that Paul Pogba will leave sooner or later. As an advisor, Mino Raiola said that he's really unhappy about the work together and the collaboration of the ending is imminent. This thought is not surprising, but the timing is very unfortunate for Manchester United. Today is an immensely important Champions League game against RB Leipzig, but what does Pogba's future look like? The Athletic report that the 27-year-old is interested in returning to Juventus, and his advisor said that he would be really happy about such a step. The problem, due to the high salary of Cristiano Ronaldo, the Bianconeri could not also afford Paul Pogba. Real Madrid and FC Barcelona would not be able to finance such a transfer either. So the key to a successful deal could be Paulo Dybala joining United. So, and another player who might be leaving is Jesse Lingard. He's attracting the attention of both Celtic and Rangers. According to a report, the Manchester United outcard has been frozen out of the picture at Old Trafford, as has not been named in the league squad since October. Boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has signed the likes of Donny van der Beek and Bruno Fernandes to help improve the first team, which has seen Lingard's game time significantly reduced. The England international has been heavily touted at hat in January to play regular football elsewhere. According to a report by Team Talk, Rangers and Celtic are looking into the possibility of bringing the 27-year-old to Scotland. Lingard signed a 4-year deal with United back in 2017, which reportedly sees him earn around £100,000 a week. And here we take a closer look at the setup of United and how it could look like in the future. So Pogba is going and Kieran Trippier could step in at the right back to help out Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and he's the only player at his quality at this position. And up front, Harvey Barnes could play on the position of Marcus Rashford, bringing in some fresh quality. And if Paulo Dybala would really join, he could play a striker for Marshall, he could play in the central midfield or even on the right for Greenwood. And as we've been talking about players with good qualities, Bruno Fernandes is another player with really good quality. And at the moment, he's having not one of the best contracts, let's say one of the worst. So he's allegedly United's 14th highest player
and earns around 100,000 per week. But he's still far down the pecking order at Old Trafford in terms of wages despite the importance to the team. Per the Sun, goalkeeper David De Gea is the club's highest earner with a reported 350,000 a week. Paul Pogba is second highest with 290,000 a week, and Anthony Martial, who has a contract around 250,000 a week. So Cavani's on the 5th, Rashford on 4th, Martial on the 3rd, Pogba 2nd, and De Gea on top. So as you can see, he's really important to the team, so he probably will get a new contract soon. So Mario Balotelli has a new contract. As he's been without a contract the last half year, he now joined Italian club Monza. He was previously unemployed and is moving to Serie B at Monza Calcio. The 30-year-old signed a contract with the club of Italy's ex-Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi until the end of the season. According to the media reports, he wants to be satisfied with a salary of €500,000. Jackson Martinez breaks up. The former Colombian international has announced the end of his career. He was once considered one of the best centre forwards in Europe. For FC Porto, Jackson Martinez scored a sensational 92 goals in 106 games and attracted Atletico Madrid's attention. In 2015, the Colchoneros put an impressive €35 million on the table for the South American. It didn't fit between Jackson and the Rojiblancos, however. Under Diego Simeone, the striker only scored 3 goals in 22 games. Atleti found a buyer in the Chinese Super League, selling Jackson for €42 million to China record champions Guangzhou Evergrande. German centre-back Robin Koch will need surgery on a knee injury aggravated in Leeds United's latest outing against Chelsea, the club can confirm. Koch had initially injured the knee on his debut against Liverpool back in September, but was deemed fit enough to feature in Leeds' next 10 Premier League games, as well as a full international schedule throughout October and November. The 24-year-old will undergo a procedure in London today after the club's medical staff decided this would be the best way to remedy the issue for good. French superstar Kylian Mbappé joined a prominent club by scoring his 100th goal for one club, which is Paris Saint-Germain. At this club, there are other prominent players like Lionel Messi, who scored for Barca 100 goals, and Robert Lewandowski, who scored definitely more than 100 for Bayern Munich. And now here we're going to bring you the statistic of the day with the players with 100 goals for one club. At the 5th spot is Edinson Cavani for Napoli, scoring 100 goals in 135 matches between 2010 and 2012. And the legend Ruud van Nistelrooy, scoring 100 goals in just 131 matches for United. And the football god Zlatan Ibrahimovic in just 124 matches as well for Paris Saint-Germain. On the 2nd spot, Luis Suarez. In just 120 matches, he scored 100 goals for FC Barcelona. And on the top spot, Cristiano Ronaldo. In just 105 matches for Real Madrid, he scored 100 goals. And an Englishman that we have not in the top 5, but on the 19th place is Harry Kane for Tottenham. He scored 100 goals in 169 matches. And Messi needed 188 matches and took the 35th place. And as it's Christmas, we're opening another door of the Christmas talent calendar. The other players you can find on the Transfermarkt homepage, the German version. And so Alejandro Iturbe is the player behind the 8th window. So for many years, his name has been on the list of the world's most promising talents, and therefore no means a blank slate in the world of football. Iturbe, who was born in Madrid, started at the age of 5 as a goalkeeper at the Atletico Youth Academy, and now everything looks like he will make his way to the big stage. At the age of 14, he was already training with great role model Jan Oblak in the first team and gained his first experience with what is currently the most valued goalkeeper in the world. Iturbe currently plays for Atletico Madrid's under-19 setup. Thanks everybody for watching. Leave us a comment and subscribe, and I hope you all stay healthy and have a wonderful Christmas week. See you around. Bye bye.